What's going on, YouTube? Carolina Panthers Ron coming at y'all with a video, man. It's been a while. I'm just coming in, checking in, and get a little bit of off season in. We ain't really talked too much about this whole off season, but today was the day that I was waiting for to actually get to see the defensive linemen get their combine workouts in, get a little bit going for themselves. I seen defensive linemen. Carolina Panthers don't need a linebacker, so I watched a little bit of it, but I ain't paid too much time to the linebackers. Checked out the receivers. Was a bit disappointed. I've been wanting a defensive tackle for the Panthers, but I was also saying maybe we could get a receiver or a cornerback maybe in the later rounds. But I really wanted Cordell Patterson looking at the receivers, but it's just looking like there is no Calvin Johnson, no AJ Green, no Steve Smith for the Panthers fans in this draft. But looking at the player who impressed me the most coming off our needs, I don't know if a lot of our fans have been keeping up with this guy, but Sharif Floyd, defensive tackle from Florida, great player. Oh yeah, and I got to speak on the offseason as far as our team goes. A lot of stuff I've been seeing that I don't like. A lot of stuff that kind of got me confused. I don't know what the whole situation is right now because we haven't spoke on Chris Gamble in a minute. But it's more than likely that they saying we're going to cut Chris Gamble. I don't know about other Panthers fans, but I don't like that idea at all. But I know what you got to do, what you got to do as far as the salary cap goes. But we don't really have another number one. We really don't have even a number two corner on this team. I mean, Josh Norman, he did his job, but he wasn't stellar. He didn't really make splash plays that make you want to just start him. You want him to earn that role. You don't want to just give somebody a job. So I know cut Chris Gamble would save us space, but we really would be the losers in this deal because now we have to find somebody to replace him. And this isn't a strong year for defensive backs either. So if we don't address it in free agency, and then there comes another problem. We don't have cap space. So you can't really address something in cap space if you don't have money for it. But let's hope that Dave will get him in, can handle that situation and work that out. Because I don't want to cut D'Angelo Williams. I can be as clear about that as possible. I don't want D'Angelo Williams cut. I would rather have to see Chris Gamble go than D'Angelo Williams for the simple fact that I don't want to give somebody a 1,000-yard running back. And I feel like the season that D'Angelo Williams just had is a reflection of Ron Rivera and Chazinski, and their offense, and our offensive line was really unhealthy this year. And I just can't seem to make myself believe that when healthy, strong offensive line and actually running the football and not running out of the read option. D'Angelo Williams is not a read option running back. He's a downhill runner, can blast plays. He can just break it. Like, that's our home run hitter. We need him. Double trouble. I don't want to see neither one of them leave, so I'm not for the whole D'Angelo Williams leaving thing. I know it will save us cap space, but I don't care. When you have somebody that want to be on your team, want to be part of your team, you hold on to them. But big day tomorrow for the Scout Combine. I'm looking out for some corners, some safeties. Probably Kenny Vaccaro, but I really want to see what the Buffalo Bills are going to do with Jarius Byrd, because that would be a really good sign for us if they manage to somehow mess it up and not franchise tag him. Because any Panthers fan knows as well as I do that Haruki Nakamura is not the answer. And we lost Sherrod Martin in free agency. Sherrod Martin really wasn't the answer himself either. He was a better cover guy, but he couldn't tackle to save his grandmother's life. So I guess that answers that situation. But hopefully we can get the money down. I've been seeing that Chris Canny wants to be part of the Panthers organization and said he'd be willing to take a home discount. That could be a nice, good 3-technique defensive tackle for us. Even though we got good production out of Dewan Edwards this year, that would still be a nice sign. Simple fact that Chris Canny is 305 pounds of pure muscle. There's no fat, so we'll be getting an athletic defensive tackle. And you know we can get as much defensive tackle help as we can for Luke, John, James, Thomas, Jordan. That wonderful linebacking core that we have. Hopefully we can keep them all healthy and show the NFL what a real great linebacking core looks like. No offense to the 49ers overrated linebackers that made the Pro Bowl over Luke Kuechly, and I'll never forgive the NFL for that. But that's old news. Luke got the Defensive Rookie of the Year trophy at the end of the day, so I'm not going to trip too much off of it. But we're going to see what this offseason holds, man. David Gettleman got a good track record, man. There's always been good stuff said about him since I looked into him once we first signed him. So let's just hope and pray that we can manage to get a receiver in this free agency and a safety and a corner. If we can get the money right, maybe a Mike Wallace. I don't want a Percy Harvin, but I wouldn't mind him being on the team, but don't want an attitude problem. The Carolina Panthers has always been an organization where everyone seems to get along, no problems. We're a family, so I don't want a troublemaker on the team. I really want Jerry's Bird in all honesty, or Deshaun Gholston, free safety from the San Francisco 49ers, but we'll see what David Gettleman can pull off with the salary cap. Don't want to get your hopes up, but at the same time, a good value sign could go a long way for us because unlike the last couple of seasons, there's a lot of positions the Carolina Panthers need to upgrade at. And some positions we don't even have starters at, like corner and free safety this year. If Haruki Nakamura is starting, I don't know about you, but I'm not watching. I mean, I'll watch because at the end of the day, you're still a diehard fan, but come on, Haruki should not be a starting free safety in this league at all. Special teams at the most. No offense, because he's a Panther and he's willing to be there, but he produced a terrible season. Not really with like a new safety. We need another corner because the whole Chris Gamble situation, like I already said, but it is what it is. I've been hearing talks that it might be a James Anderson cut, which would be retarded because James Anderson is a really good player. But I don't know. Hopefully we can keep all these guys, maybe work a little bit of that 3-4 system in, but only on pass rushing downs because Greg Hardy and Charles Johnson aren't really 3-4 defensive ends. I don't even want to see them play a 3-4. They're pass rushers, and I want them to stay in the base 4-3. And hopefully we can rotate between Luke, John, Thomas, and James. And I think we lost Jordan in the free agency. I claimed him in the linebacker core area, but I don't think we have him anymore. So maybe we can get a good rotation between them. But that's all for now. Checking out. Just wanted to see what's going on in TTC. Panthers fans, let's stay strong. I'll be bringing y'all a new video about what I've seen from these defensive backs. All right, I'm out.